I'm the person who will walk into a crowded room and go, what smells bad?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, everybody else has been standing there smelling the bad thing, but everybody. And so, as someone who is deeply comfortable walking into discomfort and saying the thing that everyone's thinking and no one else wants to say, and finding that I have the ability to guide people to doing that in a way that doesn't mean being an asshole about it. Radical authenticity doesn't mean saying whatever's on my mind just to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
That's called indulgence.
Mm-hmm.
That's called self-absorption.
Yeah.
How do I get to a place where I can be so coming from such a place of kindness and compassion that I can say the hard thing and it'll land in a way that it's received?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the person's going to like hearing it, but they're not going to turn around and start throwing F-bombs at me. And now they might, if they're not in a place where they can hear it. But if I've established sufficient trust, which by the way takes about 30 seconds,
Uh-huh.
and if I've established sufficient vulnerability, which by the way takes about 30 seconds,
Yeah.
then everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
There is no conflict that cannot be resolved when a sufficient number of people are willing to stand in the face of whatever is being thrown at them and say, so I get that you're upset and I get that you don't like me. Can we talk about where we might agree so that we can find a solution?
Yeah.
We can literally live in a world where war doesn't exist. We can live in a world where people don't go hungry. We can live in a world where children aren't afraid to go to school. I mean, I live in a country where there have been more than 400 school shootings this year. We're not even halfway through the year, and there are children who are suffering from PTSD at the age of 7 because there are walls set up in there. I heard a story the other day that kids go into a classroom and it's this thing that's been created that it's a safe room that can be constructed in the middle of a classroom in like 15 seconds. And this is what children are being taught.
Oh, God.
That they're being taught
Yeah.
to hide in a closet. And the answer isn't more metal detectors, and the answer isn't more guns. And the answer is the people who are doing this are sick. And they're angry and they're sad and they're ostracized. That's the problem we get to solve. That is the problem we get to solve. And we don't do it in our silos.
No.
So in answer, long way around to your question, I do what I do because I can't do otherwise. And I do what I do because the path that I started walking on tells me that I was put on this planet to be an agent of change, because every person on this planet who's breathing is an agent of change. Mm-hmm. In their own way, in their own world, whatever that may be. Some people are meant to be on a larger stage to teach more people. That's the card that got dealt in my deck.
Yeah. The expression, the voice.
Yeah. Use your voice.
Yeah.
Everyone gets to be heard. Everyone gets to be heard.